Hello, Libra. Hello, my beautiful, pushy Libras. I'm only saying pushy because this was supposed to be the Gemini reading. And as I was shuffling for that reading, it's like this card just sprang out. And I was like, okay, I get it. I get it. Libra wants to talk. So let's talk, Libra, okay? So I'm going to start with this one. And we have 4 cards here that popped out at the same time. And we're going to get into it, okay? We're going to get into it. My name is Chris. Let's start there. How about getting my name first before... I was going to say something inappropriate, but... Hi, I'm Chris. Welcome to your February reading, Libra. So happy to talk to you guys. It's a fun month, astrologically speaking. Like, January's been a fucking long... Does anyone else feel that way? Like, this month started out, like, long as fuck? This year started out, like, January just, like, took forever. Now it feels like February is, like, finally, like, the gears are starting to get into motion, right? Libra is, like, in their power. Libra is feeling themselves. I feel like I've been saying that a lot about you guys lately, but, I mean, this is you in power. This is you, like, feeling balanced, feeling controlled, feeling like you can handle yo ish. And I mean, Libra, look at the cards that came out next. Okay? 4 of Cups, the Sun, and the 6 of Pentacles. So, how long, Libra, have we been talking about y'all focusing on your money? And it looks like that's what y'all been doing. 6 of Pentacles, right? Strong foundations in your financial and your material world. Being in a place of, like, even if you don't feel totally solid, like with this card showing up, know that it's moving there. Know that you are creating a structure, a foundation for yourself materially. And I mean, the 4 of Cups, right? This is where I think you guys have been. Just like all up. Hey, hey, hey. Psst. I saw her doing it. Fucking cat. I swear to God. I could see her walking to the couch to claw it up. And I started yelling at her. And she just... So glad I get her all these scratchers. Anyway, emotions. All up in your... Cause it's just emotions taking me over. Is that where you've been, Libra? Like, just been taken over by your emotions. Knowing Libra, I bet, like, it was probably having to do with, like, love, right? Y'all are the sign of relationships. So, for a lot of you guys watching, I think that you've been in your feels about love. Whether it's like dealing with a heartbreak or dealing with like maybe love not coming to you or like something like that, or just like overall there's a sense of like not feeling good about yourself. I think that's why I keep saying, and I think I said this in last month's reading too, that like Libra is feeling themselves. Because it feels so good to feel you guys like getting out of this place. Right? And this is what I said about balance, right? Like, having this under control. So now you can focus on this shit. Now you can focus on, like, the happiness. Now you can focus on getting that summer bod on fleek. You know what I'm saying? In LA, it's been like 80 degrees, so it's just been reminding me, like, oh shit, summer weather's coming. Time to eat nothing but salads. What a life, right? Don't move to LA. No, but seriously, like, there's like a story here of like really moving from this emotional place to this place of like happiness to self-contentment. That's a great place for Libra to be in. When you kind of have a degree of self-validation, right? Like everyone desires validation from other people, and we work to get it, and like that's motivation for a lot of people to do things, right? They want to get the pat on the back, they want to get the likes, they want to get the subscribers and the views. Subscribe. But like joy that's based in like a reorientation of like your priorities. So maybe you're even like in a relationship and it just has kind of been dissatisfying, and then you've been living this like mantra of like focusing on you, and I feel like you're gonna start to see this pay off, right? I feel like you're gonna start to see a difference in your relationships, and not just in like your romantic relationships, but in all your relationships with your family, with your like coworkers, right? Because this month we have Venus going into Pisces, right? Pisces is a sign of, it's very similar to Gemini in like the connective sense of that sign, right? Its symbol is the two fish like stuck together, right? So there's a big emphasis on personal relationships, and with the Six of Pentacles too, what I want to say is like there's emphasis on your relationships when it comes to your money, when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your work. It's really important, Libra, when you're in this place to, this card lately has been coming up to me as like a protective, as boundaries, right? As like having your ish, but like being protective of it being safe, of like not letting other people, it's like in other decks it's where like the guy is giving out coins to these beggars, right? It's like that openness, that ability to be open without like worrying about getting fucked up in the process. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Libra is feeling like strong. Strong in the sense like your energy is up. You're maybe moving on from some shit, right? From this like, even if like they're still lingering here, like the abundance of emotions is kind of like dying down, right? Because we're in the sun, so we're like up in the sky. Sorry, up in the sky, like having fun, doing the damn thing, being ourselves, right, Libra? And now we have prosperity. Now we have the second set of scales in this reading. A leveling out. Where like this scales were tipped so much in this direction, and now they're starting to come this way. You might not feel it all the way there yet, but I think by the end of the month you will. When we have that eclipse later in Aquarius, I think there's going to be a sense of like telling yourself new stories about yourself, right? Telling yourself new stories about your relationships, right? So maybe like a new perspective on a relationship that didn't work out. Understanding it differently, right? Because the sun is about illumination. It's about seeing things clearly. And we're starting off the month with Mercury in Aquarius and then moving into Pisces. So there's this real sense of like rational understanding. Do we need more indication here that like you guys are on your workflow right now? Eight of Pentacles. So again, like we're talking about Venus and Pisces, right? Venus is beauty and love. It's your ruling planet. It's also about money and finances and your career. This is a month, Pisces. I almost said Aquarius. I'm like one of those grandmas. Like my grandma would like call me and then she named all 5 of my cousins before she got to the right name. Alex, Jason, Julio, Jessica, Chris. Oh man, sorry, I just had tough memory. Eight of Pentacles. This is about getting pleasure from your work. This is about, like I said, protecting the well-being of your finances, of your career, of how your money and how your job and your flow of income makes you feel good about yourself. So the Eight of Pentacles usually I interpret as like happy work. But I don't think this is necessarily just like you're doing your dream job right now. I think this is like working is pleasurable. Having this income is pleasurable. You're seeing tangible results, right? You have a little extra money maybe. Maybe you've been unemployed and now you're working. Or now you're making more money. Or now you're just like somehow saving more money. It is tax season, right? So like your money coming back to you in a way that's like building you up. That's letting you luxuriate in that like Libra like sense of the finer things. Pisces likes that shit too, right? So Venus and Pisces, I believe Venus is exalted in Pisces, meaning that Pisces brings out like the best qualities in Venus. Right? So as much as there's this talk about Venus and love and relationships and all that, I still feel like this is your relationship with yourself improving. I feel like if there is an emphasis on relationships this month, it's very grounded in like, not in emotions, right? We started here, and it's like the sun dried up all that water that's been sitting around, and now we're like all in the pentacles, all in the earth, right? Remember what I said about the balancing act? So it's like this has been weighing you down, and now like you have all this extra energy on this side of the scale, leveling it out. Again, I want to emphasize leveling, right? Because it's not like this stuff is gone, but it's like a turning point where this side of the scales is starting to get a little more heavy and be a little more important. And this side is like, bye. Not important. Of course, emotions are important, but you know, it's not like the focus of your life. So this is encouraging. It's encouraging to see Libra in this positive place. And some of y'all might not feel like you're in a positive place, but I think what this card is saying, especially with justice, is to have faith that things are working out in your favor, right? It might be a good month to count your blessings. As corny as that sounds, it's really... It sounds so corny to like count your blessings and really like super new agey and like self-help, but it really is a good way to like take an accounting of, you know, what you actually have to offer. It reminds you that you like have resources. You have things that make you great. You have things that make you feel strong. So Libra, especially with that eclipse in Aquarius coming up mid-month, get ready to tell yourself different stories. Tell yourself different stories about your priorities, right? We get so caught up in like an image or an identity of ourselves based on like, you know, what we thought was important to us. And then when those things stop being as important to us, we have to remold ourselves and really figure out like who we are now that, Ten of Wands, who we are now that like our priorities are shifting. And it's work, right? It can be a burden, it could be like stressful. But it's also like you have this opportunity to just create. To create yourself in the image that you want. Right? Like, oh. I was going to talk about Kim Kardashian, but just only because she's like one of the most famous Aries, like that's kind of relevant in pop culture now, right? And she's very, Aries, Libra. And she's very Libra. But I'm kind of sick of talking about them. Like I used to be a big fan of the show and watch it all the time and love them. And now it's like I'm kind of tired of hearing about them. I'm like, Kylie Jenner had a baby. Ooh, whoa, who cares? I don't care anymore. I used to love Kylie Jenner and I was like, whatever. Maybe that's my Libra moon, right? Recalibrating, saying like that shit was stupid and it's not important. On the other side, you have the Queen of Swords. Hey, way to show up in your reading, Libra. So, first of all, like, you want to talk about empowerment. You want to talk about, again, feeling yourself. I think this is why Libra is feeling yourself. You're feeling strong, capable, right? In tune with, like, even if you're not doing exactly what you want to be doing, you feel that things are shifting in a new, better, closer to what you want to be direction. Gradual change is fine, right? It's important, like, because you don't, if you have gradual change, you have the opportunity to, like, do what this month's astrology is asking you to do, especially with Mercury and Aquarius, which is like reflect, to think, to plan, to come up with like new big ideas, to push the boundaries of like what you thought was possible and tell yourself new stories. So we have these two opposing energies here as our pathway cards. The Queen of Swords and the Ten of Wands. Do you want this? No. You know what this is to me right now? This is the burdens of like who you used to be. This is the burden of like outworn identities. And I keep wanting to say stories. Stories about who you were and what you were like responsible for and who you were responsible to. I want to say that. You might feel like a newfound responsibility to yourself. Like I was saying before about like letting go of people from the past, or if you're in a relationship, how you're focusing on yourself right now. Letting go of all these burdens. Like to me right now, often this represents a projection of the shadow self, of your inner self. Right? But to me right now, this is like the monkey on the shoulder. This is like other people weighing you down. As opposed to this bitch who's not letting anybody weigh her down. You try to like get in her way, look what's going to happen to you. With a smile on her face. Remember I said before how Libra, like, there's so much emphasis on the scales, but when you think about the symbol of justice, justice also has a sword. Scales in one hand, sword in another. It represents how, like, the justice system, how it's supposed to be fair and balanced, and also, like, executes the rule of law. That's what the sword is, right? Swords are action. They're putting things into effect. This is just like Libra's on fire. Look at the way her hair is flapping in the wind. She is like on fire. Libra's on fire. Maybe that'll be the title of the video. Alright, so let's go ahead and start pulling some more outcome cards here. So far, so good. I mean, like, it looks like you guys are really moving forward. Right? Really moving on from what was holding you back. That doesn't mean you're completely over it again, but, like, it's having less weight on you. Alright, so we got two cards. Six of Wands and the Princess of Cups. Beautiful. So also I do have personal readings available on sale for February. They're 30% off now, so the discount's a little less, but I still wanted to keep them affordable, especially because we're just starting off here. So if you want to try them out, go ahead and check it out in the description. That's partly why this is coming out a little late. 10 of Cups. Beautiful. It's partly why this is coming out a little late, because I had such a high demand last month. So many people purchased them that I've been backed up and had to try to prioritize those first, but they've been fun. Check it out. Right? The star. In the description. The star. Like on the bottom of the deck. Like, what an amazing... Like, again, I felt like I was repeating myself or being repetitive, but like, Libra's shining. Libra is doing their thing. This is what I was going to say when I was talking about the whole Kim Kardashian thing about like really putting yourself out there and telling and creating the image and the story of who you are and who you're going to be, right? Like a brand in a way. That's what the star is to me right now, like a brand. And if you're uncomfortable with the idea of like a brand, like you're marketing yourself, like everybody's marketing themselves, right? The way you act, the way you communicate, the way you express yourself is like telling people all the time who you are. You know, it's like that quote from Devil Wears Prada, where she's like, even when you think like you're not wearing fashion, you're wearing fashion, and it's saying a lot about who you are. You're wearing fashion that says, I don't care about fashion, right? So that's what I'm feeling for Libra's energies. Underlying this all is like a desire to express yourself, a desire to like show the world who you are. And it's like, it's almost like you've done all this internal work over the past few months. And now you're kind of ready to, I'm coming out. I want the world to know. Got to let it show. Boop, 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 boop. You know what I mean? Like that energy of like, I'm so good and I'm feeling great and I want everybody to know it. I want to like touch people's lives, touch people's lives, not people. I mean, hey, if you're like feeling sexy, like Libra, do the damn thing. Just like, remember Jupiter is still in Scorpio, so if you try to like get away with being like an inappropriate douchebag, it's gonna bite you in the ass. I don't think you have to worry about that from y'all, because y'all are like grounded, spiritual, graceful people. So let's get to these outcome cards, because I'm just listening to myself talk. Six of Wands. The second six that we have here. Right? So talk about foundations. Talk about moving forward. Talk about being in your power. That's what the sixes are, right? After you come out of the strife and the pain of the five, you come out like refreshed and renewed and celebratory. Right? Again, this is another card of like public recognition of that desire to shine outwards. That like playful energy. The daydreaming, the fantasy, the things that like when you're in pain, you don't want to like indulge in this idea of like everything could be amazing and great, right? You want to just like, sometimes you just want to wallow and like everything sucks. Don't tell me anything other, right? You don't want to imagine like better possibilities or better futures. Like not with the impetus that the cup suggests, right? Not the emotional drive. Maybe in your head you can do it, but the Princess of Cups is feeling, you know, feeling what she wants, feeling her desires, feeling her passions. Right? So Libra, I feel like playful, flirty energy for you guys. Which is cool, which is fun. It's cute. Y'all have Valentine's Day dates? Yo, if not, like go out with your girlfriend or like your boys and like flirt with somebody. You know, that's the I can't believe I'm encouraging this, but like that's the great thing about Valentine's Day, right? If you're not with anybody, people are looking for somebody. Even if it's just for a night, you know what I'm saying? I just did the Aquarius video and I spent like half of that video like giggling, and I'm just having fun here, okay? Can I have some fun? 10 of Cups. Yeah. We're gonna have fun, right? So this is the first time I've interpreted this card as you guys actually might be like drinking and partying. Celebration. Drinking every day because we drink to my accomplishments. Right? Family time. I think this card came up for you guys last month, if I remember correctly. I don't feel family as much. I feel love of like your friends, love of your companions. That's why I said even if you don't have like a romantic partner for Valentine's Day, to do what you can to make the most of it and have fun and recognize that like love isn't just about like being in a relationship. You can love the people who are close to you. You can share great positive emotions with them. In fact, I think like I would encourage that. Don't like get all up in yourself about like having a date. If you're single, like just let it go. Make plans with your friends. Don't like get up all in your head about like what you're gonna do. And guys, if you're like out of heartbreak and you're sad, I'm gonna tell you right now, do not wallow in it. Do not be one of those people who's like, oh, Valentine's Day is like a corporate holiday and it doesn't mean anything and everybody's stupid and everybody's in love and love is dumb and blah. Like, don't be that person. I hate those people. Like, I've been single for 2 years now. And even when I was like, I was the kind of person who brings like chocolates to work for everybody. Because to me, like, the holiday isn't about just like romance. It's about spreading these warm feelings, making people feel cared for, making people like put a smile on their face. That's what it is to me. That's why I don't like those Debs who like talk down about it, because it's just fun to spread the love. To spread a little happiness. Even if that's just a little kick of serotonin from a piece of chocolate. Right? But I mean, there's happiness on your horizon. There's fun times on your horizon. There are fun times on your horizon. Right? And I think if you really, like, Libra, because I know you guys want to talk about relationships, so if you really just let yourself be here for now. I'm trying to like angle it so that light isn't. I need to get a better light. One of those things that people do where it's like, oh, I need this. Can you like donate to me? I'm not gonna do that, but that'd be fun. Anyway, what was I saying? When you're in this place where you're having fun, where you're happy, this is the place you need to be in before you're ready for a relationship. And again, if you're in a relationship, this is the place you need to be to give it new life. Even if things are going well, right? So even if it's not dead and it needs new life, right? Give it like a burst of happiness, of fun, of lightheartedness. Be the Princess of Cups. And you, before you know it, I think I just did a reading for someone the other day where, you know, the Prince of Cups kept showing up when she was coming up as the Princess of Cups, right? Because when you do this, you attract the right people to you. I swear, every time I'm like the happiest I've ever been being single, that's when somebody comes into my life. It's like, yeah, I'm so happy being alone. How about someone just come into my life and fuck it all up for me? No, but the idea is like you're magnetic, like your good energy attracts people to you. And you want to attract the right people, right? You want to have yourself, like you listen to law of attraction stuff, you know, if you put out the right wavelengths. If you're putting out these wavelengths, these vibrations of desperation, of like having to find somebody, of you're going to pull the wrong things to you because you're going to pull people to you that are probably also desperate. That are willing to like settle and take whatever comes their way, right? I'm going to stop talking and show you guys the cards real quick before we move on to pulling the oracle cards. All right, so Libra, like, you wanted to talk and we're talking. I'm talking a lot. But look at this, like, transition of this, like, overwhelming emotions to happiness and stability. Is what you get here, right? Stability. Even if you're not making tons of money, you're making money. You're putting away money. You're able to like maybe take trips or like go have fun, right? But guys, I also just really want to emphasize these. here, I feel like this is super important. Let me flip the bottom of the deck so you can see that too. Because you need to remember that you're a star. You're a star, Libra. You're a star. This is super important. This is like the energy you guys need to get on. Be happy and joyous and celebrate for your own sake, for the sake of happiness itself. Right? Don't just seek, pointless pleasure. Like, because that's how you end up with cheap thrills, right? That don't mean anything. But seek happiness. Seek the people, especially the people who are going to like uplift you and make you feel like this spirit of celebration. The people who are going to like, I'm a Libra moon, and one of the things that has really gotten to me these past few months is having people, my closest friends and my family too, who, sometimes I don't feel so great about where I'm at, and they're like, they have seen my progress and they remind me of the progress I've made, and they're like in awe of it almost. They see me from outside of myself and say, Chris, like, you've been doing great. Speaking in reference to like the last 2 years when I got out of a long-term relationship, 8-year relationship, and it was a struggle in the beginning, right? It was a struggle. Lots of emotions, lots of drinking. So what I'm saying here is like those people who are going to say, yo, you look good. Yo, you've like been hustling and you're like working, and I'm proud of you. Libra is in a stage of transformation. But I want to emphasize that you're not here yet, right? I feel like I need to make it clear for Libra, like, accept the fact that you're maybe still not even in the chrysalis yet. You're maybe the caterpillar who is still weaving the chrysalis around itself. Be patient with yourself. That's why I think, did I say it with you guys about gratitude? I can't remember. Maybe it was the Aquarius video. But like, count your blessings. Remind yourself of like how far you've come. That's going to empower you. That's going to fuel you to keep doing, going forward, right? Like, it's like when you're going to the gym and then all of a sudden you start to see gains, and like now going to the gym isn't difficult anymore because like you want to keep those gains up and you want to keep going, getting better, right? Like Libra's seeing the gains. If you don't see it, you have to make yourself see it, and you have to spend time around people who are going to help you see it, right? And then once you get into that mode of like seeing where you've been and where you've come and how far you've come, like it's going to be so easy to keep taking care of yourself and keep pushing forward. You're going to get like addicted to the feeling of growth and progress. Backpedaling into like that old relationship or like that old mental place is going to suck. It might happen, but then you're going to realize like, ooh, I don't like it here. Let me get the fuck out. Some readers just shuffle. Oh, I was going to say shuffle endlessly till cards come out, but I was just about to start picking one. So we have the sleeping man. I don't think that Libra has been unconscious. I think that Libra is learning about who they are. Libra has maybe had these influences that are falling away, right? With the sleeping man, it's like he's closing off. It's like when we dream, right? You're closing off all your connection to the material world and to your sensory experience, and you're just like in your subconscious. And you're experiencing what your subconscious is feeling and what your subconscious is experiencing, what it has to tell you. So it's a good time to meditate. It's a good time to pay attention to your dreams. It's a good time to just sit still with yourself and like go within and, hey, cat. I think she's like annoyed that I'm not giving her. I'm talking to you guys. Get deep with yourself. All right, so let's do one more, and then I'm gonna kick your asses out of here because it's late. I still have to do more. That's the hustle. Gemini is hustling too, so I'm doing all the air signs together, and it's funny because I think that for Aquarius, it's now time for them to relax because they've been kind of a workhorse, and I feel like for Gemini and Libra, it's about like focusing on your work and your priorities and like adjusting those. Also having fun, but like not like the partying social. I mean, I did say to like have fun and party a little bit, but it's about like finding real joy from what your day-to-day experiences. No, too many. Also, I want to say, Libra, like, let it flow. Magic. Cool. Right? This reminds me of, like, the Magician card, where I was just saying about letting it flow. Let yourself almost be a channel for your highest good. Let yourself manifest what it is that you want to create. Like, get out of your own way. Let it happen. Right? Because with justice, like, I think of it as a card of fate. Get out of your own way and let your destiny happen. It's going to be apparent. If you just open your eyes and get woke and like start paying attention to signs. I would suggest, I've been reading The Alchemist. And that's a really good book for a lot of reasons. But one of the things I like is the idea of omens and how at any given time, when we're meditating and reflecting on things, we can get knowledge and information just by what's happening in the world around us. Things start to take on meaning. Whether they're prophetic or not, it doesn't matter. It becomes important to us, right? So what I'm trying to say is like, pay attention. Like I said, pay attention to your dreams. Look at the things that are easy and that flow well. And look at the things that don't. And with this eclipse in Aquarius, like, it's okay to like let things go. Let go of the shit that does not work. Stop trying to force situations to work out. And let the things that want to come into being come into being. Okay? Well, Libra, that was a lot of fun. Last month I said I'm really fucking proud of you, and I really am. But now I think we're a little bit past the point where it's about giving you a pat on the back. And now it's like you're moving forward. There's momentum, right? You've kind of broken free of this place where you're stuck here. And now you can kind of like focus on your happiness again. Focus on like your money and how it makes you feel to be like working and to have like security. All right. So like, comment, subscribe. I love comments. I love the dialogue I have with you guys. Again, links to my personal readings on Etsy are in the description at 30% off. My Instagram, go ahead and follow me there. I'm getting a Facebook page set up for the house where I'll be giving you like updates on when readings are available. So when that's ready, I'll be adding the links in there. But Libra, I am proud of you. You've been doing great. Have fun. Do what you have to do to keep this momentum going. Do what you have to do to stay in this place of the sun. Right? It's almost like if you have to go out into the sun to get the rays, right? Do what you have to do to feel the happiness, to feel the joy. And then that's just going to propel you forward through the rest of the year. And then if you're like so obsessed with like thinking about love, because I know Libra, understand that this work is what's going to pave the way towards that. Towards like real love and the right love. Not just like company for the sake of it, right? You want the real shit, the real, the ride or die kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? All right, Libra, I love you. I'll talk to you next month. Be well. Bye bye.